Alright, ladies and gentlemen, coming down into land here. Alright, so we're below 5,000. Below 5,000, we're within 10 minutes of our airport, so we'll go ahead and start up the APU now. So in range checklist, we'll go ahead and start up the APU. Altimeters are good as well, avionics are good, and then lights. And then this has us do the pack transition, and then get the APU generator on. So power fuel switch going on. You can see RPM EGT, and we'll start up the APU. Okay, if you look at the airport, once we land, again, do the RNAV 28 left. So we'll take it off to the left here. There's our FBO ramp. There's also a couple FBO ramps off to the right as well. Okay, APU, RPM, should have the veil light on in just a second here. There it goes. So the order up top is Larry. Okay. And APU gen on. Well, I think we get the generator on first. Oops. Take off power. There we go. Should have set takeoff power first and then done all of that. That's fine. Checklist complete. And that is fine over there. So we'll get this back to the summary page. Got to come below 10,000, so we'll get the landing lights pulsing and the nose light on. So if you look at the course reversal, our minimum hold altitude is 5,700, and that's what's bugged here. Okay. And if we get the, oops, you actually click on approach. There we go. So what we want to do is go into the approach ref page and fill this out. HWD. Winds are variable at 3. Outside air temperature is 19. QNH. And VRAF is 121. We'll go to 131. Engine bleeds off. And we'll send that in. Okay, and that should send it over here. And ground spoilers will arm and arm the thrust reversers as well. I'm going to bring this down one more notch. All right, airspeed's dropping. Once we do the course reversal and we get back inbound to Jobus, we'll start configuring up. And we want to be fully established right before we are at Suge. So we do have some time for that. I can come down here. First thing I can do is zoom in on the range. I can also open the chart menu up, and it should load into the approach chart. If we select that. And there's the approach chart. You can zoom in and have it zoomed in onto this part right here. Alright, airspeed's continuing to drop. Got some terrain over here. We can drop the gear when we're below 250, and we can drop the first set of flaps when we're below 230. But here you can see it'll draw our parallel entry And it's a 5 nautical mile hold. But here's the terrain. There you go. Kind of wish the trees looked a little bit darker, but that is fine for now. All right, and we're gonna start that parallel entry point. There it is. It's going to swing us out to the left to do the parallel entry. Okay, check speed. Continuing to slow down. Making a left turn here. Right over the mountain range. Crazy. You can see 3908 is the altitude on this bar right here. All right. Coming back inbound, and the next altitude step down is 4,800. Here you can see 3.5 nautical miles. It's going to start swinging inbound. And if you look at the this part here, 3841 is the peak of that mountain. I mean, this just looks so crazy. Okay. So then we're going to swing it inbound and intercept the final approach course. It's going to continue swinging.
2,500.
I mean, I can get the HUD on. It is, for the most part, pretty helpful here. Okay, and then as we are coming inbound, I'm going to arm the approach mode. And there you can see the
2,500.
Deflection on the lateral. Should square up here. And we'll start configuring in just a second. We do need to set our minimums. 348 borrow mins. So refs. Borrow. And 348 borrow mins. We'll put 350. Actually, yeah. All right. That looks good to me. Some other things that you can do. Like config. You can see we're in VBAR. Another one you can do is overlays. You have map symbols. But we're in the rows mode. So, here we go. All right. Speed, I'll manually bring this down actually to go 4,800 here. Level change. And vertical speed this down quite a bit. All right, and then we'll put this down to 3,200. And VNav. There we go. Okay, we'll get one notch of flaps in. Approach mode is still armed. Path coming in, and this is looking good. Speed, if you look at the 197 is the next one, so we can put in 190 in the approach speed. You can see there's the runway, which we have a visual of. Alright, and then once we're at Suge, which we're approaching, we're about 2.6, 2.5 from Suge. Once we intercept the glide path down at Suge, I'll drop the gear, get another notch of flaps out. There's a V glide path coming in. We'll bring the speed down to 180. And we'll go gear down. And flaps coming down to 30. Alright, and then we'll roll back the speed to VREF plus 10s. We'll go 130
2500.
on the speed here. Alright. Once we're at 300 from minimums, we will the final set of flaps. So once we're at about 1,000 MSL, we'll rolling back here. We'll get full flaps.
2500.
Runway's in sight. Should have the ground speed as 140 knots, which is ridiculously slow. Alright, and then I'll have this on the airport map mode. Move this out of the way. Alright. Continue to let the approach come in. Alright, doing about 130 over the ground as well. Alright, we will come down here, disconnect the auto throttle system. I'll add a little bit more power. I can have it set to about 56 or 57 percent N1 here, and that should be just adequate enough power to where we're not making abrupt changes here.
1000.
Alright. And we'll go ahead and disconnect autopilot and come into land here. Alright, just got a very, very small, almost non-existent wind component here. Just keep that sort of dialed in. I like the throttles where they're at. Really not gaining or losing a whole lot of airspeed. And we're going to keep that energy all the way down until we come down to land. Alright.
500.
Okay, keep ourselves aligned. Okay. There we go. I'm going to keep that nose down a little bit.
Approaching minimums.
To keep that nose down, I'm going to just feed
Minimums.
a little bit of power back. Alright.
100.
Start flaring.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Alright. And... Alright, reverser's out. And add some braking. Reverser stowed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down. There we go. Not too shabby, if I say so myself. We'll take it to the right here. Alright, flight director coming off. And we'll swing her on out. And we will get this started. So this will start getting my lights for me. APU is already running. Okay. Oh, looks like it already got the flight director for me. So part of the cleanup. All right, flaps coming up, and ground spoilers disarmed and back to the auto position. Thrust reversers off, and we're good to go. So what I'll do is we'll park, run the replay, and then we'll shut down the aircraft. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll head down to the FiiO ramp, and we'll be good to go. Not too shabby. There's an erroneous jetway for some reason. But, yeah. Alright, you're coming into the FiiO ramp, which is right about here. And then we'll be good to go. The recog and taxi light off, slow down a little bit, and turn. Alright, we'll park her up right over here. There we go. Swing into the area, and then I'll hit the brakes a little bit. Alright. Select the replay mode for the landing, and then we'll shut her down. Okay. Nice. One more outside view. Not bad. Could get a wing view here. Nice. And then we'll get a GoPro view here. Nice. All right, and then let's head back in. Toggle replay mode, unpause the sim, hold the brakes, and we'll shut her down. Pull the parking brake. Park brake is pulled. I'll click off the headset here. APU is on. APU generator is on. So we'll trip the engine buses here. And this all looks good. What I'll go ahead and do is shut down the engines. All right, and we'll leave the hydraulics on. We'll just get the beacon lights and the fuel pumps off, and then we'll be good to go. So, beacon, master signs to off, fuel boost pumps off, and we will get out of here, and then we'll open up the door. Okay. Okay. Remove the curtain. Close this up. I can't see how this is locked. We'll unlock it and push the door. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down. Was a fun little flight that we had. A lot better of an approach than the circling that we did earlier. And with that, I will catch you all in the next one. Take care.